Today we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the C-Trax admin portal. I'm going to go back. I'm going to type in my credentials. So when you first log in, you're going to come to your dashboard. This is going to give you high-level views of sales figures. The longer you've been in the platform, you're going to see previous year in gray and the current year in green, so you'll be able to compare and contrast. You're going to see high-level figures on spend and discounts, gross sales, transactions, top performing categories. I like this one here, top performing products by unit. So that one kind of gives you a sense of volume. When you hover over to the side, you're gonna get a pop out of the menu, and you're gonna see all the main site sections that you really care about. So orders, it's gonna give you a straight running list of all the orders. From this view here on the index page, you're gonna kind of see everything you need. But if you click into one of these orders, you're gonna get a sense of the products that were applied, any discounts that were applied to the single product, but also the discounts and coupons that were applied for the whole order. And you'll see their payment method here as well. If there's a customer on this order, you can actually click to go to that customer's page, see their information, make changes, but you'll also be able to see their loyalty information from in here and their favorite products and categories. So all this data that you would normally see in the app, you're gonna be able to see in here as well. We're going to skip over products. That's the longest. We have an add-on platform. So if you're doing any wholesale invoicing, you have the ability to build your invoices and send them via email to other stores. They can pay online and kind of handle everything digitally. It's really nice. This will pull from the same product list that you have. So we tend to tell folks, make sure you set up, dedicated products for wholesaling. Maybe have different price points if that's a direction you want to go. You can create and manage all your coupons from here. You just kind of click the little menu button here to hit create new. When you create one, you've got to put in the normal information, the name, a code. Is this a percentage or a cash discount? You kind of set the value there. If you are using one of our all-in-one partner, or if you're using our all-in-one partner, they would replace our loyalty program, and just to make them separate, we have them entered in the system as coupons. By and large, you just need to make sure the coupon code matches in both systems, and you hit this little toggle to turn it on, and that will make sure inside C-Trax, when the customers go to cash out, they'll only see the all-in-one rewards. And we don't, and if it's an all-in-one reward, we don't show that as a normal coupon or discount option. In the customers section, you can kind of see all your customers in one list. You could search for them, and then you can export them. So if you're using a different platform for, say, email marketing, you could just dump your data out whenever you want and then import it into that platform there. There's also a customer merge feature, so this would give you, apparently I don't have access on this account, but this would give you the ability to select two different customers, choose which data points you want to keep, and then merge them all together. If you're using the standard C-Trax loyalty program, you'll have reward options in here that you can modify, and then you'll also have tiers with required points that you can modify. You just click into it to make a quick edit. And then you can also modify the earnings per dollar as well. So in this scenario here, I have each tier set up to earn 1 point per dollar. Pretty straightforward. For taxes, when you create a tax rate, you can specify if this is your default tax rate by applying it to all new products. By letting you apply it automatically or not, this allows you to have, such as like in Tennessee, they have an excise tax on alternative cannabinoids. So you can have two different tax rates. You apply both of them to a single product, and then that product would get taxed twice, right? So in this scenario, the 9.25% rate, and then the 5% as a separate rate on top of that. And we track all those taxes separately for you. Categories, it's just a simple list of categories. You can add one here. If you click into it, you can save it, or if you can click the menu to delete it. Registers. So the thing to keep in mind with registers, every iPad is a single register. So when you create one, the main account on your C-Trax subscription is going to get an email that says, "Hey, you created a new register. Here's the code to authorize to sign into it, or to sort of pair your iPad to the register and make sure all your data stays in the same place." And registers are store specific. So for registers, we put a big button up here just to make sure it's super clear. You hit new register. You just put in a name. It's tied to the store that you're actively in. So if you have more than one store, you just switch stores up here, and then you add in the register name. Then so user management. So every employee has to have a username. So if you hit new user, you fill in the employee's information. You can specify which store they're going to have access to, or you can select multiples at a time. Then you can set their role, right? All of our permissions are set per role, and then you can manually add a permission for a specific user. I'll show that in just a moment. So I'd hit cashier, hit continue, and then I would hit finish if I had filled in all the normal information at the top. But if I go back to my users list and I'm going to pick this cashier test, and when you select a user, it automatically brings you to their permissions because it's usually what gets modified. So you see we break this down into two sections. The permissions that they have gained from a role, or permissions that they were given as an override. So if I look at corporate, for example, they are not given the corporate permissions from any role. But if I wanted to give this individual user access to it, I could just hit each toggle. So I could give them the access to, say, modify and view, but maybe I don't want them to create and delete. I just kind of want them to go in there, see things, maybe make some changes. So this is how you can flex an individual user's permission up to do a little bit more. So the most common use case is I have a cashier. I love them to death. They've been with us forever. But I don't want them to see sales. I don't want them to mess with any other users. So maybe I'll come into the system and just granularly give them the ability to manage my products because I want them to do inventory. But I don't want to give them the keys to the kingdom. So that's the main use case there for that. So let's look at products. This is the main portion of what you're going to do inside the tool. So when you come to the main product index, you have a few filters at the top. We give you a cost filter. We've found a lot of stores don't add their cost to the system. We have reports that will give you your profit summaries, and it's based off if there's a cost there. So if it's not set, we kind of let you toggle it on and off to sort of find what you're looking for. Same thing as if, let's say you want to come in here and you're just, today specifically, you're editing the oil category. You would click that filter. It would show all the products that are in here, and then you can make some edits that way. So I'm gonna take that filter off. So from here, I'm going to pick a product that's already in the system. So in this point in time, I'm editing a single variant of this Stonewash hoodie. From here, I can choose is this listed for sale or not, enable variable pricing, kind of fill in all the data you would expect, cost, price. If we set a cost here, you see the markup automatically calculates. So you may not sure what you want to price it at, but maybe you want to keep everything at a 40% markup. So then you can kind of come in here and kind of set your cost appropriately. So in this case, maybe it's just $28 or so. Yeah, somewhere around $28, $29 to give me a 40% markup. Here's where you can apply all your different tax rates as well. So when it's highlighted green, that's active. And you can also set promotional pricing. So maybe you don't want to do coupons. Maybe you're doing a happy hour for one specific product. So you can just kind of come in here and set the promo price. We'll just say it's $10 off. And then you set the date range that it's applicable to. It's going to go from midnight to midnight. So we tend to say if you want it on sale today, you pick the day you want to start, and then you pick the following day, and it'll go from midnight to midnight all day. It'll be on sale. If you are, say, taking in inventory, you could come down here and say, look, my active quantity is 0, but we're pulling in a few items. I don't want to go one by one. I want to pull in 100. So this is how you can do a quick stock adjustment on just this single variant. But let's say you found out that, hey, this Stonewash hoodie was accidentally put in the animals product category and not apparel. You can go click this link at the bottom to go to the parent product, and you're going to see all the information about the parent product and then all the variants that are associated to it. So I can change the name by making edits up here. I can put it in the correct product category, apparel. I don't want this online, so I'll just say, don't sync this to my e-commerce, and I'll hit save. And then you can see you get the little success message at the bottom. But hey, you know what? We had a big guy come in the other day, and we didn't have any 4X, so we ordered some new ones. You can actually right-click this guy and hit duplicate, and it'll create a whole new variant. And then on that new variant, you can just click into it, and then you can come in here and make the one change that you want to make. It's going to keep your cost and your price and all that information with it. Likewise, so we call this the variant detail page. On this variant detail page, you can come in here and make all the different changes that you want. We have a couple cool fields that folks like where we have some product subtypes. So, edibles, there's, gummies, baked goods, hard candies. You have a bunch of different types. Cannabinoids is what most folks like. This will allow us to run, detailed reports on where are your sales by cannabinoid. And we can kind of tag this up with multiples as well. So the last thing that I did not show is reports. So we have 3 flavors of reports for you: general sales, product sales, and user reports. User reports will glaze over. That is if you are your users are clocking in on the C-Trax app. This will be an area where you can see their individual reports, just to see who's doing what hours in the time frame that you specify. Most folks are going to want to come in here and go to this monthly report. I am going to pick a wide date range. We'll go March to March of this year. So then I'll hit run. So this is going to give me a rundown of each report ordered by year, or of each month ordered by year. It's going to give me all the high level data that I care about: gross, net, taxes, discounts, net cash, net credit. Kind of give you all the figures that are in here. And then it's nice is you can actually export this to a CSV, throw it in Google Sheets or Excel and make some pivot tables. Or you can, since this has your net tax information, you can actually report this out to your CPA, or you can give them access to the system. And they can pull the tax information for the month there. So we have this report available daily, monthly, weekly, and annually. Folks like some of these product reports. I'm going to skip into this category sales. So I'm going to leave it at all categories just for the purposes of this demo. And I'm going to pick a really old date so we get a bunch of data. So when I hit run, this is going to give me a breakdown of each product per category. And it's going to give me quantities, sales, discounts, all the fun stuff in one space. So maybe you want to see, I want to see how are my flower sales going. I don't have a flower category. So we'll do this premium flower. I haven't done any sales in this category in a year, so maybe I want to switch it up and look at edibles. Now I can just see edible products. I can click on these columns to sort it. So, if this was my store, this would tell me I probably need to stop carrying giraffe nuts because I've only sold one in a year. So next time I'm out of them, I'm probably not going to order more. And this is what a lot of folks like this product for, because they're actually able to see their sales per product, but also kind of see the units that are being sold as well. So it's a really helpful product, a report. We have a few others in here. You can kind of see summaries and product movement information as well. So you can see rate of sale on some of these products as well. So it's pretty helpful. This will also give you a rundown on how many days do you have remaining stock based on the current stock quantity that's here. So that's also pretty helpful as well. So again, that's a high level, quick walkthrough for C-Trax. This is Michael signing off. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out.